Welcome back. Not such a bad morning of trade, you would have to say. 2760 on the Nifty, that's down 1.25%. The Dow was down 5% last night, so we are doing much better. And the Sensex too is down just about 1.3%, albeit sub 9,000. The breadth is not great, 200 advances to 566 declines, but it's not a complete collapse. In fact, a couple of technology stocks like Polaris and Satyam are in the green. Polaris shot up 30% yesterday after its earnings. This morning is up 5% as well at 46.65. Satyam is up 5% at 28.35 as well. Those are a couple of stocks which aren't doing too badly this morning. Speaking of Polaris, here's the top management to tell us how things panned out in the current quarter and how they look going forward. Arun Jain, Chairman and CEO, Arup Gupta, President and COO with us right now. Gentlemen, morning. Thanks for joining in. Arun, take us through the FY10 guidance first. You spoke about a 20% growth yesterday. Is that on revenues and in profits? Is it in rupees or dollars? Just take us through the contours of what exactly you were guiding.
Yeah, we are guiding 20% growth on the revenues in dollar terms, and our profit number growth could be better than 20% on revenue terms because of the rupee advantage we'll get next year, because our hedging is at 44 for next year, and this year the hedging was 40 rupees. So our profit growth could be as high as 30-35% for next year.
A, are you confident of delivering this in the kind of environment that you're working in? And B, what are the key challenges which might force you to relook at this delivery of this guidance in the environment that you're sitting in today?
Yeah, we have taken into consideration three elements. I think the industry in 2009 is in demand creation mode. It's not a demand servicing mode. In last 10 years, the industry was in demand servicing, and big boards were getting the attention for the large customers. So obviously, Polaris was in last 5 years was getting a demand creation mode, being a tier 2 player. So we don't have a big billboard which is accessible to the customer. So that process is continuously running, and we are consistently doing that process. So we are not different from the last year process, and that the total BFSI market, which is so large, and we are involved in mission critical application. We learned the art of creating demand by bringing solution, by bringing products, and by bringing services which enables mission critical application to run more efficiently and enable the change in the bank more effectively. So with that into consideration on one side, we believe there could be a demand can be created in advanced market like US and UK. And then second piece of the growth will come from emerging market, where Intellect now has been stabilized as a strong product, and where the Latin American market, where we installed one of the largest credit card issuer, has installed. So now we have references in Latin American market, references in Middle East and Middle East market and Asia market. So all the three markets will give me the growth what we are forecasting for the next year.
Arun, morning. I just want to talk about this financial year itself. I believe your 9-month EPS stands at just under 10 rupees, whereas last quarter you had indicated you'll do about 13.5 rupees. What kind of growth are you expecting in the last quarter for this financial year?
I think the total 13.5 is achievable for this whole year, and that's what we forecasted in the beginning, the 10% growth of profit and profit. So we delivered much better growth. If you look at over the 4 quarters from April, we moved from 19 crore profit in the beginning of the first quarter to 37 crore now in this quarter. So I think next quarter should be between 30 to 35 crore kind of a number should be possible. But normally we don't give a quarterly number, as I mentioned to Dian earlier, that our business model is more, we can plan it out on annual basis rather than quarterly basis. But between 13 and 13.5, which is the guidance, we'll be able to honor it.
Biocon's numbers flashing on your screens as well, and that's the net profit before exceptionals. Arup, hi, morning. I want to talk a little bit as well about the cash on books that Polaris has at this point and what kind of investments it's been put in.
Yeah, the cash on the book has improved substantially, simply because given the current market conditions, we focused on invoicing in time and collecting in time. And as a result of which, basically our collections have seen substantial improvement, and that is what is reflecting in the cash in the books. We will invest possibly like this quarter we acquired SEEK, the insurance company with SOA components. And we will continue to look at further acquisitions as we go forward, wherever it makes sense, wherever there is synergies, possibly adding it to the IP area. So we are continuing to look at acquisitions as we go forward.
Arun, can you update your investors on two of those pending issues? One, the real estate plans, and B, the deferral of the buyback, whether that's been reconsidered at any point?
Real estate, we have done all the formalities what is required by the company law, and market is not right at this point of time, so we are putting on a back burner. And Udayan, I just want to highlight over here on the buyback, when the market came heavily on Polaris, I think market expected that any announcement we take an agenda in the board prior to the board meeting should be honored after the board meeting. It means we are not recognize the value of the board to discuss the agenda appropriately in the board. So I would say that we need to respect the board, and we can't discuss anything when we